Hi guys, I'm back with another Sims build. A speed build, really. But, this video is going to be one of the ones that I've been seeing go around a lot. Every room is a different color challenge. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, so I decided to do my take on it, and this is what I came up with. I didn't really do anything to the outside of the house because that's not what the challenge is about, so I basically just made it look okay outside and then continued on inside where it mattered. So I'm just putting doors in right now, trying to make it look as good as possible. That's going to be the dining room. And then I have 2 bedrooms on one side of the house and a bathroom in the middle of them. The kitchen next to it. I mean, the living room next to it. With the dining room with the archways and then the kitchen to the side. And then behind the dining room is another bedroom, and then a bathroom out in that corner, hooked to that bedroom. Here I am resizing everything, trying to make the living room a little bit bigger because it was going to be hard to figure out how to do anything with the space otherwise. And then I decided to make the bedrooms the same. I'm sorry about the ringing noise. That's my cat scratching herself. And she's got one of the little bells on her. That was funny. But yeah, so I'm just putting in lights now so that whenever I start on the rooms, I can see, obviously. And then I have the dilemma of choosing colors for each room. And I went with the basic brown for the kitchen because it'll still look really good. And normally I don't start with the top cabinets, I usually start with the bottom ones. And I struggled a little bit with some of the counters, obviously. Because I used that move objects cheat, and I don't know how much I like it. I mean, I do like it for certain things, but when it came to the cabinets, they would go through the walls and stuff, and I'm sure for a lot of things it's really nice, but for a couple things it was kind of weird. Here I am just choosing what appliances I want. It was kind of hard because I was using brown. Like, the only refrigerator I could get was that one, which is kind of different. I actually forget what kind of fridge it is, or if it even really is a refrigerator. And then I chose this as the garbage can, which I obviously struggled with the placement of it. Then I go on to the dining room, which I put a fish tank in, just to add a little color to it, even though I'm making it all white. And the blue from the fish tank gives it a little bit of something, but you know, white rooms can really, I don't know, they just look kind of off. But they look beautiful, obviously. Beautiful, but a little bit of color always does a little something for it. Really gives it some life and some beauty. I just add a couple little things in there just to fill up the space. Add some lights over them, over the table. I had to adjust them. I actually probably should have moved them over a little more, but It doesn't really matter. Because I think it's in the center of the room. Then I just add a rug for under everything in there, just to add a lot of color, but not really take away from the fact that it's supposed to be a white room, you know what I mean? And then I move on to the children's room. There's one child, and then there's a teen, and then there's 2 adults. That's what my plan was for this house. And that's how I decided what the colors would be and everything. For this room, I played around with the look of it a lot, because there are so many different blues you can use, and blue is my theme in this room. Yeah, I just moved around a lot with trying to figure out what to put in there, what would be cute for a little boy. Oh, I didn't even mention the child's a boy and the teen is a girl. So it's just a mom, a dad, and 2 kids. As you can see off to the side, you can see them right now. I was just looking for more things to add to the room to really add more color, more blue really. This room turns out so cute. I really think everything in this house turns out really good. Start adding artwork. I actually forgot that I added the chair to the side. And then I decided to go with more of a dinosaur theme because it's a boys' room. But I didn't add too many things because I didn't want to overdo it. For me, I'm not too into super cluttered areas. I just like it to be functional. Here I am in the daughter's room, and I choose red as her color. The entire room is red. And I play around with where I should put everything because I made those little corner areas. But I think for her room, I decided to put a desk there. And I actually really ended up liking this room being red. I thought I wasn't going to like it that much, but it actually looks good together. I thought it would be a little too much. If I were to actually do this to a real room, I would probably have used a black desk lamp. Oh, I went back into the son's room to try and move stuff around. And this is another part where I'm like, I was messing around trying to get the little, I was trying to get the dinosaur to fit. I was just trying to pick out what to do, what else to add to this room to give it some more, just more stuff in there, just to make it look better. I didn't want it to look too plain. Then I'm just adding artwork around the room, which I actually think the artwork I used looks really good. And it really adds just what it needed. And I know the TV is not red, but it needed more stuff, so I added it. And here I am just adding a rug, which I actually like the color of the rug. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think I would, because it looks kind of like a fuchsia and red together. But it actually is really pretty. And then I messed around, was trying to figure out what kind of flooring I want to put throughout the house. Well, throughout most of the house. And I couldn't decide what color would look best with every room. Because, you know, some floor colors do not look good with certain colors. Then I picked this black flooring. It's either black or a dark brown, I can't tell. To be honest with you guys, I have a hard time with some colors, so bear with me on that. I'm sure there are other people who can't tell if that is brown or black. And in this room, I decided to go with more neutral colors, kind of like tans or golds. Because it was hard for me to pick a color for an adult's room. Then I added the dresser, and I was trying to pick a nightstand that would actually go well with, you know, the rest of the room, but it was really hard to pick a color close enough, so I just picked a light tan or unfinished wood looking color, and then I just added a couple little things just to add some more things to the room because it was pretty empty, and I should have honestly made this smaller, but it's a master bedroom, so the bigger bit the better, I guess. Or at least that's how I look at it sometimes. I just added a bunch of bookshelves because who doesn't like to read? Well, I guess there are a lot of people who don't like to read, but let's just assume that these people do read and that they enjoy it quite a bit. This build honestly was pretty fun. I actually did like choosing colors that were similar and then trying to pick stuff that would actually go together and not make the room look like too much. Because, you know, having too much of one color in a room can just really make it look weird. So I was glad that they had enough stuff in these packs that I had to make everything look good. Oh, and right here I just added red wallpaper to make this room look good. And in the boys' room, I obviously did the blue. And then I did this tan brown color, which I actually like. And then I think I start putting color in other rooms after this part. I had to pause for a second, so I'm sorry about that. But the rest of the house I had to choose colors, so I was sitting there thinking about what colors I was going to use for the living room and the two bathrooms. In the end, I decided that I was going to use yellow for one of the bathrooms, the one connected to this room, because they are yellow and the tan color kind of go together. And then for the other bathroom, I chose, I think, black. Like black and white. Mostly black because you're only supposed to do one color, but not much I could do at that point. So, in a moment I start on the paint for the living room. And for the living room I actually chose green, which I know is, it's a hard color to really think about your living area being, but in the end it turns out pretty nice, and I was actually surprised. And I'm glad I actually did this because it's going to make me want to branch out more when it comes to colors. So we're about to get into that, and here we are. Oh, I had to do the dining room as well because I did not do anything in there. And when I was doing it, I accidentally deleted the wallpaper for a moment. And then here I am going into the other rooms trying to figure out what colors I'm going to do. Took me a second to figure out what green I wanted to use for the living room, but I went with this light green, which I actually really love. I ended up forgetting one part of the wall, but I do go back at some point and color it. And I chose this brown for the kitchen, which actually complements it. I think it makes the brown of the wood look really rich, if you know what I mean. Here I am going into the master bathroom and starting to set it up yellow, which I'm kind of weird about the color yellow in a bathroom, but it kind of fits the room. As gross as that is. I mean, it ends up looking cute. It ends up being a functional bathroom, and that's what really matters, right? Doesn't matter what color it is. All you're gonna do is go in there and use the bathroom and take a shower. Then I was just picking out decorative things to put in, like a towel rack and a toilet paper roll. A towel rack, like I said. Then I just put down a basket on the ground and a robe. I think next I go into the other bathroom and start doing that. And I couldn't decide on a shower because I wanted a black shower, but I didn't see one, so I got this black jacuzzi tub instead. Then I just added a black shower to go with it. A black toilet. And then I just moved the door over so I can put the sink over there. And then I added a mirror to it as well. And I think that's all I did with this bathroom, aside from the paint on the wall. Which I think no, I didn't do paint, I did tile. And I actually like the tile I used too. I'm gonna have to use it again, honestly. I was just going through so many things trying to figure out what I was gonna do. And then I went with this. It's a dark gray. It's not black, but it goes with a black bathroom. So I think I did alright with this build. Give me your opinions on how you think I did, but I think I did alright. I had to figure out what to do with both sides of this living room area because you obviously do not need that much space for a living room. So I decided to make a seating area by a fireplace and then kind of like a living room area on the other side for you to watch TV and hang out with your friends and stuff. Just relax. But the fireplace is probably a little more relaxing. And then I put this table here as like an entryway table kind of thing. It took me a little while to decide what I was doing because I was just trying to figure out how to make this look really nice. And then I ended up choosing two paintings that are the exact same and putting them on either side of the wall. And I didn't realize that they actually have the same background color as the wall, which is cool. They really look so nice. I was just messing around with a couple of things, trying to figure out if there was anything I could put anywhere that was green. So I just try to move some stuff around and try to figure out what to do exactly. I actually like this sofa. And then the chair that goes with it. I moved them around a lot, just trying to figure out exactly where to place them because this is kind of a weird area to be putting a living room. Like the living room seating area, because it's so close to that bedroom. I didn't really think it through whenever I made this area. And then there's like the empty space by the bathroom door, like in the middle of the living room area. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just put a rug there to add a pop of color where it doesn't look so empty. And then I wasn't really sure what else to do. I could have added maybe a chess table or something like that. Actually, next time I do something like this, maybe I'll add a chess table if I have like extra space somewhere. I think, yeah, add a rug. I was messing around trying to figure out which rugs would fit and look good. I ended up finding one that I really like, which is this one. I was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to place it. And then I found that TV stand, which actually goes really well with that sofa set. And I really like the coffee table I picked because it goes well too. Then I just add a couple more paintings to add some more color. They do have green in them, so I think they go well. So I try not to steer away from the color you're supposed to stick with, but you can only do so much. And I didn't want it to be completely empty. So I just found some more paintings with a lot of green in them. Then I moved these around, trying to figure out exactly where the placement should be. And I just decided that maybe that's where it should be. And this is where I try to decide what else to do. I was trying to figure out what to do with that middle area because it's so empty right there. And then I decided to move, or to put the same rug over by that area, by the fireplace. So I did the same rug as the side of the living room on that other side. And then in the middle, I think I put a small round rug to just add some more color and make it look full, if you know what I mean. But it doesn't seem full because there's nothing on it. Here I'm just trying to pick out which one I'm going to use. I was trying to find the one that I originally had on the fireplace side, but I couldn't find it. Okay guys, so that's the end of my video. And if you would like to see more by me, just like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.